Welcome to the second edition of Kentucky 811's Video Newscast. My name is Mark Kern, and today's top story is one that's on everyone's mind: the H1N1 virus, more commonly known as the swine flu. A recent study found that over 60% of businesses in the United States will be drastically affected by the H1N1 virus because of employee absenteeism. We would like to remind you that Kentucky 811's web ticket entry makes locate requests faster and easier than a phone call, especially during the flu season when being short-staffed could be an issue. The web ticket entry program allows users to access and execute the ticket entry system via the internet from any location 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. To get started with the program, new web ticket entry users must sign an agreement and be educated on the use of the program by a Kentucky 811 web ticket entry trainer. Once you have been trained, you'll have access to the ticket entry at any time. The program requires 2 full business days notice and is not available for emergency locate requests. To find out more about the program, visit www.kentucky811.org and click on the Training tab. I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Mike Perlak from Planet Underground to discuss his perspective on the future of the call before you dig industry and locating. Here's an excerpt from our recent conversation. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. We're here with our good friend Mike Perlak, president of Planet Underground, home to Underground Focus magazine and Staking University. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Mike, you've been in the industry for quite some time. Can you tell us a little bit about Underground Focus?
Well, sure. The magazine was started in 1986 by Ron Rosencrantz and his wife, and my wife and I purchased it from him about 8 years ago. So it's always been a family-owned business, and the magazine focuses entirely on the damage prevention industry.
Great. We enjoy it. I know I enjoy looking forward to the newest issue coming out.
But thanks, Mark.
Mike, you've seen the end result of individuals digging carelessly. What are some of the events that stick out in your mind over your career?
Well, there's a big one, and that's the Bloor Avenue accident in Toronto in April of 2003, where 7 people died in an explosion. And we had it on our cover a little bit later that year in 2003. And I've learned a lot about that case, and it's just a textbook of what not to do, both on the digging side and the locating side. So unfortunately, a lot of bad things all kind of got in sync with one another, and the people perished. But it's always been my hope that we, as an industry, learn from accidents like this. So certainly the magazine doesn't shy away from approaching subjects like the accidents.
Sure. So folks, I guess the message here is always call before you dig. The life that you saved, it could be your own. You just never know. Mike, I've noticed that you brought a copy of your most recent magazine there with your Staking University facilities on it.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Mark. Pretty happy with this issue. We have another business, Staking University, which teaches people how to use pipe and cable locating instruments, and our goal is to give those folks a real command, a warm fuzzy with how the instruments work, so they can provide the best information for the excavators that they locate for. And the longer we're in business, the more obvious it is that the magazine and our training business are becoming one. And we look forward to the future of not only providing information about what's happening in the industry and the industry's vision, but we also look very forward to providing training information on the things that people can master to provide the best information for the excavator.
Sure. It's great for people just to know that the magazine just doesn't include events that have happened. It's also about education as well. All right, you've been a tireless advocate for digging safety, and your company has always been on the edge of technology. What are some of the things you could share about the damage prevention industry and what the future may hold for us?
Well, I'd certainly like to hope that the industry will move away from providing temporary information for excavators and move toward a model of not only doing that, but keeping that information from the trips out to the field. And my vision of the future is shared by a lot of other folks, and that is one where perhaps the call center becomes a repository of this information. And over the years, as they collect this information, it is used in new technologies that will be beneficial not only to the facility owner, but also the excavator in providing the exact location where buried pipes and cables are.
Nice point there, bringing up the call center involvement. Our people here, their talents and abilities are endless sometimes. All right, I'd like to personally thank you, Mike, for being here today and for your efforts as well throughout time to educate us on the benefits of digging safely. Our viewing audience, I'm sure, is going to want to know how they can reach you and the rest of your team. What methods do they have available to them to get in contact?
Oh, well, I think the big way is our website, and that's for both Staking University and Underground Focus Magazine. The website is www.underspace.com, UNDERSPACE.
Great. And if anybody's interested in more information on Kentucky 811, visit our website at kentucky811.org. Thank you once again, Mike, for your dedication to damage prevention. Again, for more information on our web ticket entry program or anything else mentioned during the newscast and other useful industry links, visit our website at www.kentucky811.org.